Good evening and welcome to Fox News Primetime. I'm Rachel Campos-Duffy, and we start tonight with Joe Biden's week from hell. The president hasn't had a week like this since his disgraceful and deadly retreat from Kabul. He saw his entire agenda fall apart in real time these past 7 days. And even someone as out of it as Sleepy Joe has to realize things are getting bad. On Monday, the U.S. shattered records with over 1.3 million COVID cases in a single day. For the guy who promised America he would shut down the virus, it seems like he's doing the exact opposite. So Biden's week started off 0 for 1. On Tuesday, things only got worse for the embattled president. Biden went down to Georgia to attack the filibuster.
I believe that the threat to our democracy is so grave that we must find a way to pass these voting rights bills. We have no option but to change the Senate rules, including getting rid of the filibuster for this.
Biden's speech caught flack from both sides of the aisle as he trashed Senate rules and looked to smear any American who cares about election integrity as a racist. So, if you're keeping score at home, that's 0-2 for Biden this week. And if you thought things were getting any better as the week moved on, think again. On Wednesday, the Labor Department announced the Consumer Price Index jumped 7% in December, the worst since 1982. Thanks to Biden's poor economic policies, prices are the highest they've been in 40 years. Now, you know how your wallet's been feeling a little light lately? Well, you can thank Joe Biden for that. And the pain didn't stop there, as the release of a new poll highlighted Biden's fall from grace. His job performance rating hit a new low, with only 33% of Americans saying they approve of Biden and more than 50% disapproving. And that was only Wednesday, which brings us here to yesterday, where it was a Thursday to forget for this administration. Kamala Harris didn't do her boss any favors when she sat down for a one-on-one with NBC. She got tripped up on what should have been a pretty obvious question. It sounded like a beauty pageant contestant who was thrown a curveball in an interview.
At what point does the administration say, you know what, this strategy isn't working, we're going to change strategies? Is it time?
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down.
But this train wreck of an interview by his second in command just continued Biden's no good, terrible Thursday. Joe's vaccine mandate on private businesses, which would have affected more than 80 million Americans, was shot down by the Supreme Court. The nation's highest court told Biden that our personal freedoms outweighed his executive overreach. So as Thursday came to a close, Biden was looking at an 0 for 4 week. And this morning, there was no reprieve as the pain continued for Joe. Biden was forced to admit that he hasn't done a whole lot as president.
There's a lot of talk about disappointments and things we haven't gotten done. We're going to get a lot of them done, I might add.
That's pretty rich, Joe. He admits he hasn't done anything to help the people who elected him, but then slips into a, don't worry, we'll get it done. Unfortunately, we don't believe you, Joe. And things are getting so bad for Biden that even his trusty leftist media has turned on him.
President Joe Biden has had a very tough week with setbacks for his agenda.
Every time I think the White House thought they've hit bottom, there seems to be a new bottom.
The overall sentiment, not just among the American public, but even among Democrats in Washington, people who are allies of this administration, is that this is a really bad period for the Biden administration.
The Biden administration continues to fail every step of the way, and even the left can't hide it anymore. So here's the important question. What is the White House going to do about it? Well, it doesn't look like they have a plan at all. If anything, their frustration is reaching critical levels.
You do hard things in White Houses. You have every challenge at your feet, laid at your feet, whether it's global or domestically. And we could certainly propose legislation to see if people support bunny rabbits and ice cream, but that wouldn't be very rewarding to the American people.
Bunny rabbits and ice cream. That's what the White House has come to. Well, it's so clear that they are in over their heads They can't handle the crisis that they're currently facing, so what happens when a new crisis arrives? Like the mother of all supply chain problems that is emerging right now in China. We're still feeling the pain from our current supply chain crisis, and another supply bubble is ready to burst. Economists are warning that if COVID continues to spread across Asia, the disruption to manufacturing could be catastrophic, as we're too reliant on China to make the things that we need. It's been a very bad week for Joe Biden, probably the worst 7 days of his presidency. He saw America's institutions and people reject everything he campaigned on. Nearly 1 year after his inauguration, Joe Biden's presidency has hit a breaking point.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.